I'm here to tell my story about my first week and a half working on a cruise ship. What are my impressions living on the ship, and the whole process of it. So, right after I finished my training in London to work as a masseur on the ship, I fly to Los Angeles, 11-hour flight. Then the next morning, I just embark. They check my documents and something is missing. My visa for New Zealand and Australia, which we are going to visit soon. And if I cannot produce them in one day, then they have to disembark me. So I send an email, and luckily the agency, the company already had made these visas. They simply never communicated about it. So all is well on that side. I could stay on the ship. First day is very much jet lagged, almost flip night and day. So yeah, I do gain back my balance with sleep. The first week still no work at all, because there are not many clients working in the spa. So most of the time I spend standing, inviting people, greeting them, and offering a free massage tester. But basically just a lot of standing meditation, because really I'm not working, I'm not being in service as I wanted to, meaning giving massage. And this apparently is to be expected, because we're on a world cruise. So people are here for a long time, and it's a different kind of client, and we're visiting many ports. So also my client, my colleagues who are more experienced don't have that much work. So yeah, it's pretty slow. I have time to learn. It will get more busy when we're doing the ocean crossings from England to New York. In any case, what I can say about living on a ship as a member of the crew is that, well, different things. So there is a lot of containment, in the sense of also separation between guests and crew. So all the nice areas, they are for guests, and there are very few facilities for us in the crew. We do have a gym, we have a library which I haven't visited yet, but they have no windows, so you can feel a bit claustrophobic. I don't necessarily feel claustrophobic, but I do like the openness. Let me just show you around. Here, this is the sun deck for the crew. I'm in the shade, this big ventilation, something. Also the working times are long, starting from 7:30 until 8:30 in the evening, so pretty much the whole day. There's not that much time to decompress, to relax, which is okay. I'm here to work, I'm here to make money, even though I didn't make a single dollar in this first week. But it's a clear sacrifice and compromise. I'm not here to fully enjoy my life, because I'm here to work full time, even more than full time. We have 1 hour break for the meals 2 times a day, and 3 half days free in a week. So also the mind cannot really go many places, because we're still in the mind of working and resting, taking care of the basic needs, so that you're able to work more. I'm not really happy about the food. It's not easy for me to eat as I want. because I like to eat clean and simple when I'm eating one thing and it's just one thing, or at least that I know what I'm eating. Instead here, it's a buffet, first of all, so there's no limit, and then it's easy to overeat or wanting to try many different things and create a really complex thing to digest, in the belly. But the real problem is that food is not simple. It's not just one thing. Everything is very complex, has sauces and flavors. Even the vegetables always have some herbs and stuff. And I don't really know what's in there. I don't know what I'm eating. It's not clean in the sense they use whatever. Oil, spices, sugar. I don't know. So I have to find what works for me. In the morning there's boiled eggs. At least I know it's just eggs. Otherwise it's a lot of different curries with different kinds of meat and fish, always with a sauce of some kind. There is vegetables made in some way, again mixed with sauce. Who knows what's in there? The salad, the fresh vegetables, unfortunately taste like nothing. The cheese is also really cheap cheese. So we have food, we are fed, but it's hard for me to reach the standard that I'm used to when I'm just taking care of myself and living my life and buying my own food. Still, I learned from it. The first days trying many things, now getting it cleaner and simple. So what else? The cabin is a shared cabin and it's tiny. The worst thing is that I don't have enough space to sit on my bed because it's a bunk bed, and then the ceiling is very low, so I literally cannot sit. I cannot meditate, I cannot journal in my own bed. Overall it's hard to find places where I can just wind down and relax. Like I'm doing here now. It's nice to enjoy this fresh air. We are currently docked in Kona. Alright. I cannot get down for visa reasons. Since I embarked on a US port, I cannot disembark on any US port for whatever rule they have. And what else is important? My experience is still limited. I did go around, but I haven't explored everything, and sometimes you do have little events with the crew, so I would like to have more chances to connect with the other members of the staff that are not just during work, where we are like this, like statues, or working in our own rooms, or hanging out around, but you can never fully relax because you have to keep the professional image. Or in the mess, meaning in the mealtime, which is also not the same as hanging out outside. Here you are full-time a crew member. Every time you walk around you have to have your name badge, which is currently on my sweater. I'll show it to you. Here it is. Andrea, massage therapist. So being here is worth my time if I make money. Otherwise, totally not. Because I can maintain my state, I know how to take care of myself. I go to the gym, I stretch all the time, I meditate just by remembering to breathe. Whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, I can come back to consciousness. I can feel again my body, I can relax. So, becoming present, I know what's happening. I don't get stressed, I don't get worried or anxious, because I know that things are okay. I remember, I feel it. And so all the time, this is my commitment to maintain this state of consciousness. Even here, in this environment where, as usual, people are not that conscious. They are focused on so many other external things, and they lose so much of what will be good for them. So, just mentioning about my colleagues, they already noticed how I stretch all the time and how I'm present, how I meditate, because they notice the difference. That in them, they are not like that. They're always somewhere, they never settle in. They're always talking, mouth breathing. Not all of them necessarily, but what I notice is that good people, even with their own confidence, their own centeredness, they're still neglecting so much of what really matters for them. They still have so many problems that have a really basic solution. Like, needing to relax. They never relax. Even when you go to sleep, you're not relaxed. It's not enough to lay down. You need to stretch. You need to fully lengthen, for example, the back line and the front line, and then you can relax. Anyways, what else can I say? They say that one of the reasons to choose this job is to travel. And it's true, we move around, but getting down and visiting a port for half a day, it's many different ports, and I'm glad I will have the chance of visiting Australia, New Zealand, Polynesia, China, and then going down to Africa, then back to Europe and the Norwegian fjords, and then it will be a lot of back and forth when the world cruise ends, and it's England, New York mostly. But it's not the same as really traveling the land and knowing what happens, because you live, you meet local people, and you spend time slowly without this touristic hurry of checking things off your list. I've been there, I visited there, I bought the magnet. Like, who cares? It's just another ego structure, because it's around you, it's made of objects, it's of external validation more than lived experience. In any case, I'm not judging, because anyone can absolutely do what they want and what works for them, for the stage where they're at. But for me, I'm pretty sure that when I get down, I will just look for a chill area and a tree to sit down. Trees is what I'm missing the most here on the ship. These are some thoughts. I hope you can find some value in my perspective. I like to explore, I like to try different things, and to talk from first experience, not to having heard someone say. So that's about it. Enjoy the ocean.